Can trees and crops team up to save farms? Let's dive in. Welcome to EcoInnovaTech number 254. Today we're exploring the Agroforestry Rise, how this eco-innovation is greening farms globally with sustainable agriculture. Building on our agroecology video, we're uncovering 2025 breakthroughs. Let's go! First question, what is agroforestry? It's a system integrating trees with crops or livestock, boosting biodiversity and soil health. In 2025, Brazilian trials expanded agroforestry to 200,000 hectares, increasing biodiversity by 30% per Embrapa. Unlike monoculture, it mimics natural ecosystems, sequestering 5 tons of CO2 per hectare yearly. At Agroforest 2025, folks call it nature's farm upgrade. So, how does it work? Well, trees actually provide shade and windbreaks, which reduces crop water loss by about 20%. Their roots, enrich the soil with nitrogen, so farmers can cut fertilizer use by 15%. In 2025, an Indonesian project combined coffee with shade trees, and wow, it boosted yields by 18% while supporting 1,000 bird species. This sustainable agriculture method also prevents erosion, saving 10 tons of topsoil per hectare every year. Next question, why is this greening farms globally? Deforestation, according to the FAO, degrades about 13 million hectares every year. But agroforestry actually reverses this trend, restoring land and stabilizing climates. In 2025, Kenya's 50,000 hectare agroforestry zone sequestered 250,000 tons of carbon dioxide, while doubling maize output. It supports 20% more pollinators than conventional farms, which really enhances food security for 500,000 people. Let's look at real-world examples. In Costa Rica, a 2025 cooperative blended cacao with fruit trees, earning $3 million from exports and creating 300 jobs. On X at Costa Green Farm said, "Agroforestry saved our land." In Europe, a French pilot on 10,000 hectares cut pesticide use by 25%, according to INRAE data. If this approach was scaled to 10% of global farmland, so that's about 140 million hectares, it could store 700 million tons of CO2 every year by 2030. But there are challenges. So, what hurdles does this face? Well, initial setup costs are about $1,000 per hectare for trees and training, though returns start in about 3 to 5 years. Land tenure issues can limit adoption, and, some crops really struggle with shade. Yet 2025 incentives, like Brazil's $50 million agroforestry fund, are driving a 15% annual growth rate, according to the World Agroforestry Center. Let's zoom out for a moment. The Agroforestry Rise could truly transform farming. With 1.5 billion people relying on degraded land, this eco-innovation actually offers hope. If scaled globally, it could restore 50 million hectares by 2035, cutting 250 million tons of CO2 every year while also boosting biodiversity. Honestly, it's a green revolution. Final question, how can you support this? Well, you can plant trees on farms if possible, buy agroforestry products, or advocate for green policies. Every action helps. Would you support agroforestry? Comment below, like the video, and subscribe for more eco-innovation.